I continue to enjoy these dispatches. Of course, these are just me recording my observations on the subject of resilience that I always will believe connects us more than what should distract us. That's more common to us than we have indifferences. So let me explain why that's part of this conversation, and more particularly about that thing about mirrors. If you had a chance to leaf through or pick up a copy of the book, Resilience, the Beauty of Presence, and I have mentioned it in a couple of different 820 episodes about mosaic mirrors. That is the book reference. And also, you can find that in the book by Mr. Martin Buber, I and Thou. And in that book from Mr. Buber, he talks about our purpose, our collective and individual purpose and message. It is very simple. Our existence here, in 2 words, to meet. If you look at it that way, it's very simple about you trying to decipher or come up with your eloquent and fancy mantra about why you're here. It'll come down to if you come down to accepting Mr. Buber's proposition about just meeting is our purpose of being here. Now, of course, there's more things to do in that engagement, but keeping it very simple, to meet. That's why we are here. And that everyone and everything you encounter in and on your journey contains some aspect of you. That's where I want to get into that further discussion about mosaic mirrors. So when you see somebody, say you're walking, let's say Costco, you're walking down the aisle of hardware or whatever you're looking at, or you see someone tangentially or directly in front of you, it's not a one-to-one exact reflection of you. No. And even like the image you see in your bathroom mirror or in the car mirror or in the retail store mirror, while those reflections, they can appear as quote-unquote exact representations or reflections of you, and as far as you can know of yourself image-wise, if we concede that image in those kind of mirrors shown back to you as exact, are they really? Do you see the whole or the wholeness of you and that image and reflection? Of course not. You only get a glimpse of the 1, maybe 2 dimensions of you in that direct mirror. But you never see all of you in that mirror, will you? And even if you constructed a house or room of mirrors to surround yourself, yes, you might get a wider and fuller perspective of you from those kind of mirrors, but that's still not the full exact picture or image of you. So pardon my taking a long route on my intent to explain my interests or statements about meeting with you here and with those that we must engage with every day. It's not about conquest or winning or losing in those transactions or interactions. It's always about learning, listening, observing, communicating, even if most of those encounters don't require a verbal exchange. Remember, when I have provided the contextual framework of resilience before, it's always 820. It's always about presence and your currency in that presence. Meaning how you have defined and appreciated your beauty, about what drives you, with or without what you say or don't say, with what you do or don't do. It is your presence that I am interested in, and that I hope you are too. That kind of presence I'm talking about, mine and yours, precedes you, precedes your image, precedes your reflection of your presence. Now, to bring this to a close for this moment we're sharing together, in the book, Resilience, the Beauty of Presence, I mentioned those encounters with everyone and everything you meet on your daily and moment-to-moment journey. That every part of those meetings reflect back to you some aspect of you. Maybe only a mosaic mini reflection of you. And for you, however, to observe, interpret, appreciate, and internally communicate that impression to yourself. And then outwardly in response to the world outside of you. But whether you recognize that message or image or reflection from your personal mirror or from the mosaic experiences from outside of you, every one of these images are partial, incomplete, in reverse, and still perfect as well. What? You were probably with me in this revelation on all mirrors, whether direct or indirect, at best only reflect a small part of your fullness, right? You were probably okay with the partial, incomplete, and in reverse thing. But then I have the nerve to say to you, perfect? Let me explain. Every bit of your essence has value. Don't you have value to and of yourself? Well, then all of your good, bad, and ugly, your positivity and negativity, your successful and not so successful moments are all parts of you, the puzzle to solve and resolve for yourself and for the design intended for you to complete. To complete. Or to remain on and in the process of completing. The definition of you. The perfect you. The definition of me. The perfect me. Complete. And or in the process of completing. Look it up if you've never heard that definition from the Oxford English Dictionary for your information. Only you and your Creator can attest to the fullness and wholeness and completeness of you. The full-on 360-degree perspective of you and introspective of you. Consider reflecting that image out instead of relying on the images coming back to you as the answer. You don't need answers from outside of you. You just need better questions from inside. The best view in your house and without the mirrors. Stay present. Stay current. No matter where you are in this world, remember, please, it's always 8:20.